when you stuck in that heartbreak hotel. Hi friends, it's Adam, the crippled cannabis cowboy. Thanks for watching my video on what heartbreak feels like and what I do to handle all the heartbreak that I've experienced. If you find something you like, subscribe to the channel. Help a brother out. Everybody handles heartbreak differently. I've got a lot of experience with heartbreaks. I've learned that there's degrees. It's kind of like on a spectrum scale. There's like the light kind of heartbreaks, and then there's the heavy duty heartbreaks. So it helps me when I understand the situation or the person or the animal or whatever has to do with the heartbreak. Is it going to be a little heartbreak or is it going to be a big one? That's the first thing I came across anyway. I don't know if it helps anyone. I have this thing where I like to identify what I'm looking at and maybe identify the severity of what I'm looking at. Heartbreaks can be really severe. They can actually wreck everything that you do. Whether it's a woman, a man, an animal, a job, a way of life. Heartbreaks, they exist in many different avenues, and ultimately it's like the same feeling. Your heart's broke, you're sad, you get lonely, that can like go into depression, those kind of things. That's why I learned that being heartbroken, it could get dangerous for you. I know we've all dealt with that, like sleepless night where you're tossing and turning, and all you can do is think about this heartbreak, this pain that's in your chest that manifests physically and screws up anything, and you feel like you can't do anything without thinking of this. No matter what you do, it's like it's always at the forefront of your thinking, and that happens. There's really nothing you could do about that. So it's kind of like I don't want to say it's a grace period, but there's a period of time where, say, if I experienced some kind of heartbreak that I knew was going to be severe, I know it's going to take a little while. I mean, when it comes to my big heartbreaks, my biggest ones, you know, obviously what's happened to me, that's like a heartbreak all in itself. But, you know, maybe women, maybe I was trying to date someone and it didn't work out, or maybe there was like a super special job. In my case, most of my heartbreaks that I remember came from like the dating game. And what I did notice is having a heart broken, it can make you do dumb shit, man. You really screw up on all your judgment calls. Everything you do, it's almost like the carpet's been pulled out from under your feet. Then there was the big heartbreak of disability, having this progressive disability. You know, I lost all my abilities, I lost everything I own. It's kind of like a tsunami. So heartbreaks, they compound. So it's like when your heart's broken, it's almost like the slightest little thing can break your heart even more, or like throw a little on top, or whatever the case may be. So in my case, my heart was broken already. You know, of course I knew it, I felt it, but everything I got into, it seemed to break my heart a little bit more. And it's kind of like that compounding thing. It's like a little bit on top, a little bit on top. Maybe it's the icing on the cake, who knows. I just know when it hits a certain point, it interferes with literally everything that I've done. I mean, I've screwed up several things in my life that have led to a heartbreak. Now that I'm disabled and I can't really do anything but stare at a wall, or ceiling. I usually stare at the ceiling because I'm in bed. You realize things, the things that you're not gonna like, that's for sure, and that adds to the heartbreak. So I have to kind of sit down, take a moment, realize I got a big ass plate of stuff in front of me, and I got no choice but to eat it. I don't want to say it makes the heartbreak go away. You kind of find your times to deal with it, and you have your good days and your bad days in that. However, you can't escape it. Having your heart broke, that's like inevitable. I personally think that part of growing up is having your heart broke. Maybe you were cheated on, maybe you were fired, maybe you lost your abilities and became disabled. It could be a number of things. They all feel the same. That's what I noticed. I'm looking back at all these heartbreaks I went through and stuff like that, and there's always this same feeling. It's like it's like a physical feeling, I guess, or man, I don't know what you call it, but it would start hurting here, and I would start thinking about myself and where did you fail? How can you go wrong? How could you not notice this? That's when I'm kind of like my mind is running away. I'm going to find planet Pluto. Who the hell knows what's happening to me? I just know that I'm not thinking right. The couple things that helped me that I still do to this day, number one is loving people. Talk to loving people. Talk to people, maybe they've experienced it. Maybe it's something you don't even like hearing about. I'm kind of one of those people. I don't like to talk. I mean, I'll talk about stuff, but I don't want to get into an extensive conversation. I just want love. I just want someone to listen to me if I want a bitch, or kind of just be with me. So I've noticed that that's the number one primary awesome thing is the people you love, the supportive people, the people that they hover around you, they make you feel better about yourself. Then there's the hobby aspect to it. I'm a hobbyist. I've always loved hobbies, whether it was art, writing, music, martial arts, woodworking. There's so many hobbies. You can make a hobby out of climbing trees. There's so many things that, maybe not a hobby, but whatever you're passionate about, do it. Who cares? You're heartbroken. So do something that, you like to do, that you feel passionate about.